Well, hello, my friends. I'm so excited to be here with Jim Hegarty. He is the president and CEO of the Better Business Bureau here, not just in Omaha. You have a wide range of communities now. But Jim, thank you so much for joining me.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I love this. Enjoyed doing this with you last year and have
Yeah.
been looking forward to a chance to get together with you again.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the organization and who you serve. You have a much, you're growing and who you reach. So let's talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, we're actually experiencing some pretty exciting growth right now. Our bureau just began providing services to the Kansas City metropolitan area. We entered into essentially a negotiation with the Better Business Bureau in Kansas City about a year ago.
Yeah.
They expressed some interest in joining our regional bureau family. And I think that there's certainly a movement within the BBB system to become a bit more regionalized. It's kind of an antiquated model to have an individual Better Business Bureau in every single city across America. It's hard to create efficiencies, economies of scale, that kind of thing. So from a resource perspective, the regionalization just makes a little bit more sense. And we've been busy at that for the last 15 or 20 years, expanding our bureau region. We serve 4 states, and now with Kansas City, we're serving a 5th state in Missouri. And we're super excited. So we finalized that in July. We're integrating data right now. We've brought all of their staff on board, and we are thrilled to be able to elevate the brand of the BBB in the KC Metro and in that area of Missouri that bureau serves. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I think I'm almost in my 30th year. When I started out, we were just
Wow.
Omaha BBB. We had about 600 businesses that were members of that Better Business Bureau. And over time, we've grown now. I think we're at like 12,000 accredited businesses that are supporting us. And we're now the 3rd largest BBB in North America. So we're very proud.
Yeah.
But I think more importantly than that, Andy, it's really a sense of gratitude that we have for this marketplace, particularly here in Omaha, Nebraska, and in the state of Nebraska, where we have just been so widely and deeply supported by businesses across the region.
Mhm.
We've been able to build, one of the strongest communities of trustworthy businesses, I think, anywhere in the country. And that is a testament to whatever it is that's in the water around here
Yes.
that causes business leaders to sort of naturally be inclined to do the right things. We know that that's not the story in every marketplace,
Yeah.
every community. And I know that you feel, I think, equally blessed
Absolutely.
to be managing the journal here.
Yeah.
And I'm so grateful that we have the MBJ for the purpose that it serves, to provide a voice and a way to spotlight, so many of the wonderful businesses that we have in our marketplaces here.
Yeah. Well, first of all, thank you for that. And I do agree there's something very special and like I said, in the water there we have an incredible community, an incredible business community that that knows how to do things right. So
Yes.
I absolutely agree. Uh when you kind of look, I want to talk. You got an event coming up here soon, which is just a celebration again of the local business community. But when it comes to like membership and people getting involved with the BBB, what are like maybe a couple things that you can say to people that aren't members? I mean, to be a member.
Yeah, well, if you can be, you should be. That's
Okay, okay,
uh,
there you go.
that's sort of the way that I
And
feel about
I
it.
agree. Yeah, I agree.
Because BBB accreditation isn't for every business. It's for businesses that have developed a reputation in the marketplace that allows them to be eligible to even apply.
Yeah.
And every business that's accredited by us makes a commitment to adhere to our standards, They adopt a code of business practices that they're committed to stand by. They make a firm commitment to us that they're willing to work with customers. God forbid that a problem should emerge, to resolve that as quickly and as fairly as possible. They make commitments to do business the right way, honestly, transparently, and fairly. And the benefits of being accredited by the BBB, I mean, they are enormous.
There.
We have hundreds of thousands of consumers and businesses that visit our site every single month looking for companies that they believe that they can trust, right? So when trust is an important factor in the transaction,
Yeah.
if you can be accredited by the Better Business Bureau, having our seal of accreditation is sort of like having the good housekeeping seal of approval on your business. It's because it's widely recognized and the consuming public equates it with trust.
Yeah.
And so, when they're looking for a company to help them with an issue that they may be having in their home or in their finances or with their family, or, maybe they're looking for somebody to help them find, the right place for a senior member of their family to transition to. Being able to connect with an organization like the BBB and identify the companies that have made this advanced commitment to do things the right way, to resolve issues that may emerge. It just makes sense. And so really accreditation in the BBB is something that you have to apply for and you have to be approved for. And we take applications very seriously. We have a very stringent vetting process that every business is put through. And hopefully by the time they've made it through that, they're in a position to benefit from all the advantages that come from BBB accreditation.
Yeah. Well, thank you. That was a great explanation, and really in understanding, kind of what the process is and kind of what goes on with that. So let's talk about the 2023 BBB Torch Awards luncheon that's coming up here on the 19th, September 19th. This is the 26th awards luncheon. What can people expect, and what can you say about it?
Well, it's going to be awesome. Now, first of all,
it's going to be awesome. Yeah.
If you've come to the awards historically, you're used to going to the Embassy Suites, La Vista. That's where we've held them for a number of years. This year, we made a decision to switch up the venue. And so we are at a View West Shores, which is, I think it's maybe a 7 or 8 minute drive from Village Point out on Dodge Street, just a little bit further out to West Shores. They have a magnificent venue out there that we're told holds around 900. I think that we're right now sitting just north of 600 registered for the event. So we're super thrilled about that.
Yeah.
Clayton Anderson, Nebraska's only astronaut.
Right.
And who is the coolest guy. In fact, we were having our board meeting at the Strategic Air Command Museum last month, and he popped in just to say hi. He's the executive director of the museum now, doing a great job lifting that place up. But he's just such a personable guy, so smart, a remarkable experience as an astronaut, and just, I think, an entire life experience that he is going to connect the dots with that and ethics and doing the right things and making the right decisions. I think it's going to be an awesome experience for our guests. And this year, I believe that Josh told me that we have 28 winners. So these are companies that have applied for and been recognized by our panel of independent judges as just doing some extraordinary things that are beyond and outside of the box when it comes to doing business the right way. We're going to be recognizing 12 remarkable students that applied for our Student of Integrity scholarships, and we're so proud to be able to give those out every year. And so we will have some representative students, I think, that will be super impressive to the audience. These are just neat kids that have been recognized by administrators, teachers, as being kids of super high character. So, these are our student of integrity scholarships are not based on athletic ability. They aren't necessarily steeped in academic success. They are more aligned with the character that these individuals have demonstrated during their education and their high school experience. And so they're lovely kids, and we're super thrilled to have an opportunity to recognize them. And then this year, Andy, brand new, is we're introducing what's called our Spark Award.
Mhm.
And this is to recognize emerging leaders and young entrepreneurs. And we have 3 winners for this new award that
Okay,
we're super stoked about. And so it's going to be great. The food will be good. We know there's a good view. It's called a view.
right, right.
And so we've got a beautiful view of the lake. And we're mixing it up a little bit. So it's a new venue for us. And we think a new opportunity to just continue shedding light on business done the right way.
Yeah, and I will tell you, Jim, I mean, this event always excites me, and some of the new things you're bringing into the mix are equally exciting, but it always is just so representative when you give those awards out of what this community is all about and the businesses, and it's just a celebration every time. And with the Spark Awards, I'm excited to I mean, I will be there. I'm excited to yeah, just to be in that energy of
Sure.
really community and business.
Well, we know that you're a champion for young entrepreneurs
Yes.
with 40 under
Yeah.
40. And we were so thrilled that Josh Planos, our
Yes.
communications director, vice president, was selected as your class last year. And we were, just so excited about that. Loved the event. So we know that you are a champion for entrepreneurship and emerging leaders.
Yeah.
And so we think that this fits nicely with that, and an opportunity to recognize some folks that maybe not everybody knows about.
Yeah. No, absolutely. So people can go online at bbb.org/Omaha Torch to get more information and to purchase tickets. I just want to ask you this question before we leave. So why does integrity and ethics still matter? Why does it matter?
Yeah, listen, it matters more than ever. The landscape of business has changed so dramatically. I mean,
Yeah. Yep.
we've witnessed dramatic change. But certainly over the last 10 years, the escalation that we've seen in manipulative business practices, in online scams, incredibly sophisticated approaches to take advantage of the American consumer by offshore crime gangs utilizing technology and enormous resources being invested into these endeavors to take advantage of people. And so I think the ability for the consuming public to have a resource that they can utilize, count on to help them sort of sort through that and identify companies that are doing things legitimately versus companies that claim to be is it's an incredibly important resource that we continue to offer.
Yeah.
And our partnership with the Ethics Alliance through the Chamber and Creighton is another way of us just sort of getting behind keeping the dialogue going on why it is so important for businesses to make these commitments, to do business
Yeah.
the right way, to have formal ethics programs in place so that should some sort of ethical dilemma emerge, which can happen in any business, that they are prepared to manage it effectively, and that they will not allow it to undermine the overall trust that the consuming public has in their businesses.
Yeah.
So keeping a focus on this, super important for us. It's the business we're in. The mission of the BBB is to be the leader in advancing marketplace trust. And our mantra really has not changed for over 100 years. That's where we were at 100 years ago. we think it's just important today
Yeah.
as it was then.
Oh my gosh, the great final words, Jim. I always enjoy talking with you, encouraging everybody. The Torch Awards coming up on September 19th, but really a lot of great information and just, I think, understanding kind of what the BBB is all about. And congratulations. I mean, as you continue to grow, you're just growing better communities. So thank you.
Hey, we appreciate it so much. I hope you have a great afternoon. Love your flowers on your desk. I don't
Well,
know.
thank you.
I'm not sure if they're real, but they look real.
They are. I love flowers. Flowers make me happy. So,
All right.
all right,
Well,
Jim, thank
you
you.
make me happy,
Yeah.
and I've enjoyed this interview. So
Yeah.
we'll see you on the 19th.
Okay. All right. Thanks so much, Jim. And folks, don't go away. We will be right back. Well, hello, my friends. I'm so excited to be here with Valerie Schramm. She is the community events coordinator at Boys Town, and also Connie Schnoes, psychologist. And we're here to talk about Boys Town and also their Boys Town run that's coming up here in September. So, ladies, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. Well, Connie, let's start with you and let's just talk a little bit about Boys Town, the organization, and who you serve.
So Boys Town, the organization, I think is probably one of Nebraska's best kept secrets. Boys Town's actually been around for over 100 years. So Father Flanagan started this in 1917, just serving kids who were homeless at that point. Today, we serve kids, thousands and thousands of kids all across the country in numerous programs. Here in Omaha, we have the most programs to serve kids from Nebraska, but all over the country as well. I work in our outpatient behavioral health clinic, and I also help manage all of our national behavioral health clinics that we have across the country. So common sense parenting, so classes for parents, outpatient therapy for kids and families and adults, assessment services, chemical use services, inpatient services, the national hotline. Like, wow, there's just so many things that Boys Town does to try to help children and families.
Yeah. And again, over 100 years. Wow. And there is so much. What a great organization. And one of the things that we had to change this year, because I always look forward to the Boys Town, which was called the Memorial Day Run, because it actually was on Memorial Day, but changed the date. And Valerie, I'll let you kind of speak to the run that's actually happening on Saturday, September 9th. So coming up real quickly. Is there anything different besides the date change?
No, we're keeping the agenda the way that it traditionally always has been, but we are moving the date to September to coincide with Suicide Prevention Awareness Month, which is in September. We're really excited about that and putting a focus on mental health.
And I do know for this run, it's a 5-mile run, correct?
There's
three walk run.
Yeah. There's a 5-mile walk run, a 1-mile walk run, and then we have a kids 400-meter fun run for kids 12 and under.
And we'll go a little bit into the registration, but I want to backtrack and talk about the mental health piece here. But registration, people can go online and register.
Correct. Yes. If you visit www.boystown.org/run, you can find all the details about the run, what time we expect you to be on campus, what time the races start, parking,
and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
How many people typically come out to this? I mean, I know we were virtual for a couple years and then back in person last year. And again, I've been to it several times. it's just a great, and it's a family. I mean, it really is a family affair as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a great family event. Our numbers, have kind of gone up and down with COVID. However, we've really stayed in that 1,200 to 1,500 range for participants, which is great. We look forward to this year in the community embracing the date change to support mental health and Suicide Prevention Awareness Month. So yeah, we're hoping to hit, right around 1,000 participants this year. It's a great day on campus.
So let me ask you this, and whether it's Valerie or Connie, what do you want people to understand about mental health? I mean, and why was that an important change?
I think a couple of things. One, there's been a shift in terms of focus and interest, I think, in mental health and increasing awareness of the need for services for mental health. So not only reactive services for when people are struggling, but also a little bit more proactive services just in terms of education and having kids and parents understand what is mental health and what's healthy mental health and how do we get those services. And so one is just drawing attention to help reduce stigma and open awareness, increase awareness around it's okay to ask for help when you need help. And we all need help at some point, like it's okay to ask for help. I think the other thing is to just try to increase awareness for people in Nebraska that Boys Town serves more than the kids on campus.
Yeah.
When I tell people I'm a psychologist for Boys Town, they very quickly decide I work with the kids on campus, and I don't work with the kids on campus. My caseload is all families who do not live at Boys Town. They come from all over the Omaha metro and surrounding areas. And that's true for all of our clinics across the country. We're serving the public, not just campus program kids.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that's a really great point. I mean, I actually lived close to Boys Town. I grew up right across the street from Boys Town, but driving by, by Boys Town, I mean, I see the like the billboards and the research, and there's so much more that you do that just spreads way beyond what's happening within that Boys Town community that we see. So, and I don't think a lot of people know that. So it's great to have that conversation. I will tell you before we end, one of the things I really love about this walk run, I'll walk, maybe run a little bit, but you really get to go. I mean, Boys Town is a beautiful, beautiful space. I mean, that you get to walk, up. I mean, it's up and down the hills, but you really get to experience the environment. So that's something that, I mean, it's something that people you just can't go and do that. So
yeah. Andy, it's a beautiful campus, and the route will actually take you along many buildings on campus, including Father Flanagan's home, the Visitor Center, the Hall of History, our headquarters building, the lake. And so it is a wonderful walk and run, whichever you choose to do.
Yeah. All right. So one more time, people can go to register at boystown.org/run. There's also, we were talking about an 800 number that people can, let's just talk about that before we go. Is that for information about the run, or that just information in general about mental health?
That's the Boys Town hotline number.
Okay.
So Boys Town has operated a hotline now for over 2 decades, a long time. And so the hotline number for anybody in any kind of need is 1-800-448-3000. And they will provide immediate counseling, crisis counseling, or they will connect people to the resources they need in their area. It is a national hotline, so it doesn't matter where you are when you call.
Yeah. Again, so important what this organization does. And again, the history is rich and why it was founded. It's just incredible to understand kind of the journey of and how it's just unfolded and evolved over these over 100 years. So any last words, ladies, before I let you go?
You both were talking about, how beautiful campus is, and it really is beautiful. And one thing with the pandemic, it was closed to the public. So this is an opportunity for folks to come back to campus who maybe haven't been here in a while. And Valerie, you haven't said anything about it being also a virtual opportunity.
Yeah, I was going to just add, Andy, that the event is open to virtual participation. There's an option when you register for those that can't join us in Omaha, or maybe, don't want to come to the campus or aren't able to come to the campus. They can walk in an environment of their choosing, including a treadmill at their own home.
Yeah. I actually love that. I love having that virtual option. Whether you don't live here or you just can't come that morning. But again, it's a beautiful campus, Saturday, September 9th. Encourage everybody to come on out, and so much information on the website. So ladies, Valerie, Connie, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you, Andy.
Thank you, Andy.